Welcome once again to Frequency Online Maths. In today's tutorial, we'll be talking about how to find our mean, our media, and our mode of a grouped data. So we can see the grades from 40 to 49. That's our class limit, right? Upper limit and lower limit and upper limit from 50 to 59. Now, in order to find the mean, which is our mean, which is what x bar is equals to summation of what fx over summation of what f, right? Now, our mean, which is summation of fx over summation of what f. Now, in order to get our x is the midpoint of this class limit, the midpoint of this class limit. So we are going to have another column, x column, which is the midpoint of this class limit. What is the midpoint? Midpoint is when you bring this lower and upper limits, class limits together, you add them and divide them by what? 2. So when you do it, you'll be getting, okay, I think I have calculated it here. So let's see. You'll be having what? 44.5. When you do this 2, you'll be having what? 54.5. You can get your calculator and cross-check also. So when you add these two, you divide it by 2, you'll be getting 64.5. When you add these two, you divide it by 2, you'll be getting 74.5, right? When you add these two and divide it by 2, you'll be getting 84.5. When you bring these two, add it together and divide it by 2, you'll be getting 94.5. So that's our x what column. So remember, we still need to find our what f of x. Sorry, fx, right? We still need to find our what fx. So finding fx, we are going to multiply f with what x to give us what fx. So you do 3 times this will give us what? I've multiplied it here, so we're not going to waste time on that. We are going to get 133.5. 5 times this will give us what? 272.5. 6 times this will give us what? 387. This times this will give us what? 670.5. This times this will give us what? 9 will give us what? 6696. Then this times this will give us what? 661.5. Now, summation of this is what? To sum it. When you sum it, you are going to have what? 2821. 2821. You can get your calculator, add all these values. You see, we are going to be getting what? This. And then, what are we looking for again? They told us summation of f. Now, you add these f values, the frequency. What are you getting? I think 38. Okay, 38. So, when you add all these values, these frequencies, it will give you what? 38. Now, let's find our mean. It will now be simple to find our mean. Summation of what? Fx, which is what? Sum of all these things, which is 2821 all over summation of f, which is what? 38. So it will give us what? This divided by this, it will give us what? 74.24. When you divide it, you can use your calculator and divide it. Yes, you see that you are going to get what? 74.24. Now, the next thing we are going to look for is our II. II will be our what? Media. So the formula for media is what? Media is N plus what? N over 2 minus CF over, CF this over F, some people write it FM, then times, let me put it well so that the formula will contain. So, let's rewrite the formula. So let's rewrite the formula. Our media is equals to N plus N over 2 minus CF. Some people write it CF sub B all over F sub M times our what? Class size, right? Now, this median, this one is the what? Lower limit of the what? Media class. That's the meaning of this N. Lower limit of the media class. There's no chance I would have written all this thing down. Lower limit of the media class. Now, this N is what? Sum of frequencies. Sum of what? Frequencies. That's this. Then this CF is what? This thing. Cumulative frequency of the class preceding the media class. Cumulative frequency of the class preceding the media class. Then this CFB, if I want, I will remove this B. It's still the same thing, it's just English. But some people will decide to put this CF sub B. It simply means cumulative frequency before the media class. You know that preceding means before, you understand? Like in GP and AP, preceding term. Like for example, I have 4, 5, 6. Which one is the preceding term? Is 4. Which one is succeeding term? Is what? 6. So just English. What again? Our F is the frequency of the media what? Class. That's our F sub M, frequency of the media class. Some people decide to just write it F. Anyone. So our H is what? The class size. Class size, yes. Or this thing, or the width. Yes. So that's the formula. Now, in order to get these parameters, we need to find our cumulative frequency. So we are going to have another table for that. But before then, what is our this thing? Our lower limit of the media class. So what will be our lower limit of the media class? Remember that they say that what's it called again? This N is the sum of frequencies, right? Recall that N is what? Sum of what? All the frequencies, right? So it will be what? 38 over 2, which will give us what? 19. N is what? We have gotten the value of N, so we divide it by 2. We have gotten what? 19. So that place will be what? Our media. We look for where we have okay, let's look for this thing first before we look for where we have 19. The interval we have 19. Let's look for it here. So we are going to look for what is it called? Cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. So cumulative frequency, just bring out this 3. 3 plus 5 will give us 8. 8 plus 6 will give us 24, right? 24. 24 plus 9 will give us 31, right? Sorry, 33. 33 plus this will give us what? 41. 41 plus 7 will give us what? 48. This for this for this for this. 48. Are you sure I calculated this well? This plus this gave me 8. 8 plus 6. Sorry. 8 plus 6 is 14. I went and wrote 24. Sorry. So this is 14. So let me put it down from here so that we not waste time. 14, 23, 31, and 38. Because this and this must correspond. It's going to correspond. So that's it. So that's our cumulative frequency. Now, to find our median, we can still find it from there. But before finding our median, let's look for our class class boundary. Our class boundary. So in order to look for our class boundary, let me clean this one. Our class boundary, let's take our class boundary will be what? Um 40, that's this grade, this class limit, lower class limit. You subtract 5 from it. Subtract 5 from it, yes. You subtract 5. So 40 minus 5 will give us 39. Hey, sorry. The thing I gave this place is too small. You'll be getting 39.5. Now add 5 to this one. You are going to have 49.5, right? So I've put it down here. Let me just copy it direct. So we are going to have what? 49.5 to 59.5. Still the same thing. Minus 5 from here. Add 5 to this one. So 59.5 minus, you add 5 to this one. 69.5. As simple as that. So we're going to have 69.5 minus 79.5. So 79.5 minus 89.5 and 89.5 minus 99.5. So that's our class what? Boundary. Now, in order to find our lower class limit of the media, this thing, of the media class, lower class limit of the media class, or lower limit of the media class, we got our NA as what? 19. So at this point, at this cumulative frequency of the media class, we look for where 19 falls into. You get? Now 3, no, 19 no fall there. 8, no. 14, no. 23, 23, 14 is less. 23, that at least 23, this is where it falls into. You understand? So this is where 19 falls into. So this is our L. This is our media class. This is our lower limit of, this is our media class, right? This is the lower limit. Now, so these are what? Media class. Now, in order to find the lower limit of the media class, what are you going to do? And which is the lower limit is what? This 69.5 in this class boundary where we have the media class, right? So we are going to be having 69.5 minus our N. We have done everything. We got 19, right? 19 minus our cumulative frequency before the media class is what? Where is it? Cumulative frequency before the media class. Before, that's the preceding term is 14. We have 14 all over. Then our class size is what? Just use any of this to subtract this. 59 minus this will still give you 10. Just or any of this to subtract. This minus this will give you the media class, which is 10. This minus this will still give you that same 10. 80 minus 70 will still give you 10. So our F frequency of the media class will be what? What's the frequency of the media class? 9, right? That's F. 9. So in order to solve it, we are going to have 69.5 minus 19 minus 4 will give us 5, right? Minus 5 over 9 times 10, right? Now we are going to have 69.5 minus 50 over 9. So we are going to be having, let's check what I got. 75.05. 75.05. You can still use your calculator and do it. You are still going to get the same answer using your calculator. 65, that's 50 um 50 divided by 9 days. So you are going to have 69 69.5 minus 3 divided by. So this is the answer you are going to be getting, right? Let me press it for you so that you see it. 69.5 minus 50 over 9. So I'm the one making the mistake. I supposed to put plus here. That was why I was pressing it in my calculator. I was getting another thing. So pardon me. But when I solved it, I got this thing in my book. So and this is our this thing, our median. So I our mode. So our mode is what? Mm, the formula is n low, right? N low plus f sub m minus f sub 1 all over 2fm minus f1 minus f2 times the h, right? So this is our formula for what? Mode. Now, what is our N? N simplify symbolizes what? Um, lower limit of the modal class. That's N. Then FM means frequency of the modal what? Class. That's FM. Frequency of the modal class. Now, F1 is what? Frequency of the class preceding the modal class. Now, F2 is what? Frequency of the class succeeding the modal class. So I've explained it. This here is our what? Size of the class, right? So our N low will be what? Now, before that, we need to find our this thing. Okay, our the mode. From this thing now, what is our mode? Mode is the highest occurring. That's the one that occurred most. Now you can see that is 9 and stay in the media class of the this thing, media this thing class. So mode is still there. So we are going to have our N low as what? Um the one that occurs highest there. Now our N low will be what? 69.5, right? So 69.5. So these children will be shouting like disturbing somebody's video. So our N is the lower limit of the modal class, right? Which is 69.5. 69.5 plus our F frequency of the modal class is what? What is our F? F. Where is it? Frequency of the modal class, which is 9, right? Plus our F1 is the frequency of the class preceding the modal class is 6 all over 2 times F Fm is what? 9 minus 6 minus F2 is the frequency of the class succeeding. That's this one. Minus 8. Right? Times our H. Our H is what? The size. Size is still what? 10. So times our H times 10, right? So when you simplify it properly, you are going to be having what? You are going to be having what? 77 as your answer. Please, there is no space again to simplify. So I hope this video makes you to understand the mode, the media, and the mean of a this thing, group data. Thank you for watching and may God bless you. Subscribe on our YouTube channel, follow us on our Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, and the rest. Bye.